All right, we got a little bit of a frosty day in October. It's the middle of the month, and we got down to about 32. There's frost on the grass and on the cars this morning. But we're gonna push through it. It's supposed to be a lot warmer today. We're looking to get up into the 60s, and it's not gonna get a ton of rain this week. So get some work done. We got a bunch of cardboard here in our wagon, and we're going to sheet mulch this area here in the orchard today. We've got a big pile of mulch, and the idea of this is we're gonna put down the cardboard, put down a whole bunch of mulch, and it'll help suppress a lot of the weeds and also bring in a lot of beneficials like worms. They really like the cardboard and the mulch, and they will help break it down and make it into good soil for us. So that's the idea, right?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. What's next?
I don't know. We put the cardboard down.
Cardboard's next. This is something I had to show right off the bat. So this is a compost pile we have going here. I've got some bedding from the chicks in there. We have kitchen scraps, and we have comfrey is in this pile, as well as a bunch of wood chips. It's only about maybe a week old that it's been sitting here, but what I find really interesting is you can see the frost line. So here's the frost line around that, and the top of the pile there's no frost because it's warm enough that it's actually keeping the frost off. And if you put your hand in there, you can definitely feel the warmth. It's not, let's see, maybe it'll steam if we pull it open a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I can
there's a
see the
little bit of
steam.
steam coming off of it, not a lot. But we're not going to disturb it. We might turn it today. That's pretty neat. Big pile of cardboard here. And one of the tricks when you're doing sheet mulching and putting down cardboard is you want to ensure that the cardboard is going to stay nice and wet. Also that it's fully covered by the mulch. Otherwise it can cause an evaporating effect. It will actually draw moisture out of the area. So we've got a kiddie pool here, and what we like to do is take the cardboard, go ahead and give it a dunk in the kiddie pool, and then drag the cardboard and put it in its place prior to putting the mulch on top of it, just to ensure it's fully saturated and got a good level of moisture in it. So that's what we're gonna do. Give me a hand. You go ahead and throw it in, okay, and I'll stomp on it. How's that sound?
Okay.
I think some of these pieces are too big to get in there.
Oh, this is gigantic. It's like a tent for me. Oh. I like that one.
Here, let's start with this. We can drag these pieces over. Do you wanna get these good and wet?
I'll get some more.
It's also a good test for boot waterproofness. We got these extra tufts, which are neoprene, and they tend to be fantastic for being waterproof.
I got some more. I'm getting this piece down a little bit. Tiny piece.
Oh, buddy, are your boots still waterproof? I thought Obi chewed through them.
Well,
Are your feet getting wet?
No,
No? Okay, good.
they're still waterproof. But they're still not as good as your boots.
Yeah, but yours are warm. My boots aren't very warm.
Yeah, mine are insulated. We planted some sunflowers right here.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Let's put this cardboard down over here. All right, let's start around this tree and we'll get to over there, okay? I think we should have enough to make it over there today. Get it around these plants.
I'm gonna put it right. I'm gonna put a
Okay,
piece
just
right
make sure we're not putting it down on top of any plants. I don't think we are. I don't know what this is. Oh, that's from the lupin. That's fine. We can cover this up right here. That's just a bunch of grass.
I hope we don't get the lupin.
I don't think we are. I think we're okay right there.
I'm gonna put some more down.
Yeah? All right.
Get it all wet. Whoa! It's like on a surfboard.
Open it up before you set it down, okay?
Okay.
Let's go, yeah, over here. We can put it around these plants. Hey, Mabes. Yeah, that's oregano. So tuck it up. Over here. Get the grass out of the way.
Put all the grass under this.
Yeah, right like that.
I'm gonna just stop the grass under this.
All right.
We need one right here.
Put one right here. There's some more right here.
There.
How's that?
That's good.
Can you go get some more of that cardboard out of the pool?
Oh my god, look at this gigantic piece. Daddy, look at this gigantic piece.
It's a big one. All right, put it down over there next to the spot.
Watch out for me, we don't want it to get on that. I got it off the orchard fence. Let's get some more wet. Got this area all nice and mulched now.
all the cardboard we had just to do kind of this little corner over here of trees. But we got it all taken care of, which is great, and it's gonna help the soil a lot, and we'll plant into this as it breaks down, get some more stuff going in that area. We ran out of cardboard and out of mulch, but like I mentioned previously in other videos, I've got a guy who lives up the block who owns a tree service, and he's gonna continue to bring us more mulch. Also put some in and around this plum right here, which is great. It's gonna help that plum out a lot. And the reason that we do mulch, I mean, it's a bunch of reasons actually. It really helps the soil microbes. All the stuff that lives down in the soil likes to break it down and eat it, and it gives it something to work through, which is fantastic. It also helps protect the soil, so it'll keep it moist when it's dry out, and it'll help keep it a little bit less soggy when it's really wet out. It helps control the temperature, so it'll keep it cooler in the summertime and keep it warmer in the wintertime. As it breaks down, it'll wash all of the compost tea that is created in the mulch as it decomposes. It'll just washes that right into the soil and helps fertilize the soil. And it's just all around great for your garden. Common complaint or a common misconception is that it sucks up a lot of the nitrogen out of the soil and traps it, when the reality is that it does take up some nitrogen to help with the breakdown process of the carbon in the mulch. But as it breaks down, it releases that nitrogen back into the soil so that it can be used by the plants later on. If you're really worried about that, what you can do is actually just put down a little bit of blood meal or bone meal into the soil prior to putting down the mulch. We don't worry about it too much here. We got decent soil, and I think that it should be fine, and all of our trees are really going to enjoy all this mulch. You can think about it just like a garden, right, or a full forest where you have tree needle drop or leaf drop in the fall time, and that's when you've got a lot of biology going on underneath all those leaves that are breaking it down and creating a really healthy environment for all the organisms that live under the soil and for those trees to live in. And it's similar to that. We have mostly cottonwood mulch here, which is going to break down pretty quickly and should be a good source for all of the plants. There's also some pine mixed in, and a common concern with pine could potentially be that the pine needles are acidic and could acidify your soil. We've got pretty acid soil already. I don't think it's going to get much more acid, and we put down lime on a regular basis to help increase alkalinity of the soil and make it a little bit happier place for the plants. But fortunately, that means our blueberries love it, and they do great because blueberries really like the acid soil. That's pretty much it. It's super simple to do, and putting down all of this really helps. If you have any questions about it, you can check out a video called Back to Eden. This guy has a huge garden actually pretty close to here on the Olympic Peninsula in Washington. All he does is mulch heavily, like 8 to 10 inches. He doesn't water, he doesn't fertilize, he doesn't till, he doesn't do anything but mulch, and his garden is amazing. So check that out. It's a great resource to look into. I'll try to link to that as well. If you have any questions, leave them in the posting down below or in the comments down below.